Hi everyone and welcome back to LL Sports TV and episode 4 of Keeping It in the Family. It is my honour and pleasure to introduce to you today a member of the AFTV family, Channel 4 journalist, CEO of Black Academics. You also know him from AFTV's Forever Arsenal, Mr. Jordan Jarrett Bryan in the building.
Yes,
what
brother.
Saying, man? How are you?
I'm cold. That's why I'm cold. What's going on?
Hey.
No bill got paid this month, no?
Well, hey, listen,
British
man.
Gas didn't get their money this month.
I don't know which colder, outside or in here.
Serious. But otherwise,
you're good. You're good.
Glad to be
So
back.
let's get stuck into it, man, because we have a limited amount of time in which to talk. I mean, me and you, we talk off camera. We could talk for days, but we've got to maintain a
Some of
sense
them
of
chats just
discipline.
stay offline anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So let's start with Arsenal, the team we both support and love. Very good performance yesterday. Smoking Sporting 5-1. I must admit, pleasant surprise for me. I thought we might struggle in that game, to be honest. Sporting, very good record this season. I think it's something like they won all their games prior to when we played them. They've not been beaten at home since early 2023. They got a striker in Gyökeres who a lot of people are talking about is probably the hottest property in terms of strikers now in the world. Everything seemed to point to a difficult night, but it was anything but.
I think they won 6-1 on the weekend as well in the league as well.
Yeah,
So
I think it was 6-0 actually.
It was 6-0, yeah. So they came into the game on form. No, very impressive performance from Arsenal. I didn't see that coming. I think I predicted 1-0 win for us on Forever. And from back to front, the boys were brilliant.
Yeah.
They were really, really good. I will say it's the first time I've watched them in full, them being Sporting, and I wasn't impressed by them. And I saw the highlights of the Man City game, but I saw them in their entirety. And what didn't impress me about them was that they did no homework on us, clearly, because you can see from the things that we are good at, they didn't have a plan for. So even like set pieces, like, is there a better team in Europe right now from set pieces than Arsenal? Even doubling up on Saka. Everyone does that. They didn't do that. Playing, a lot of their ball playing happened in the middle of the pitch, where I think we are particularly good at winning the ball back. They were playing in them, and it just clearly smacked to me of a team that hadn't done their homework on us. And look, we blew them away. I was really impressed with Gabriel because in the second half when they scored, the team could have wobbled at 3-1, and he had a few moments where I was like, okay, we're going to see now if you can really compose. Because I've always had doubts about Gabriel, top defender, but I'm always a little bit nervous with him in a way that I'm not with Saliba, because Gabriel's sort of defender that likes to win everything. And sometimes
He
you
can
can't
be
win
quite
everything.
impulsive.
Yeah, it's like, bro,
He loves to tackle.
you haven't got to win every challenge, bro. Sometimes just hold him up, stand him up. And for about 5-10
he's
minutes.
definitely what I call a macho defender.
Yeah, and it's like, why are you doing that? Just relax. Yeah. And I want to see if he could rein it in, cool himself down, and handle Gyökeres for that time after we went 3-1 down. Because when it gets to 3-2, you got a game now. Yeah. But he saw that kind of period out really well, as did the team. So seeing them get through a period where it could have got quite sticky, but still come through it, was impressive. And just on Gyökeres, I mean, is it Gokko Gyökeres?
I say Gyökeres.
Gyökeres, oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's Swedish of Hungarian descent. So
Okay.
Maybe that.
Let's go with your one then, Gyökeres. Gyökeres even. Gyökeres was talk of the town in a lot of my WhatsApp groups, and like, this is the guy we need to get. I think he's a really good striker, and I think wherever he goes and where he moves on to, he will bang. I'm still in the Isak camp. I think what I saw from Gyökeres yesterday was, I wasn't overly impressed, apart from that one run in the second half where he duppied Kivior. He blew past Saliba and hit the bar. I think he hit the bar.
Yeah, he did.
Apart from that, I wasn't overly impressed with his play. He seemed to have a kind of like a shoot on sight as hard as possible, no matter where you are.
He struck me as a kind of old school number 9, aggressive.
Yeah, and
everything is like direct. He's not thinking about nuances.
And that's fine, Laurie. But for me, when you're up against the top European defenders, your Salibas, your Rudigers, your Diaz's, your Van Dijks, them guys can handle a fight. If aggression and power is really your main thing, that would only get you so far in certain games. Against the best defenders in the world, you need to have a little bit of guile, a little bit of something about you that's just not based on brute strength and force, and that will score you goals.
He reminded me of a heavyweight boxer that just goes for the knockout.
Yeah. He's on smoke straight away. I'm not on the points team. I'm just, let's lock it out. You know what I mean?
He's a Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, I'm not here for long. Let's just get it on. I want to go home.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
But you know what, though? On that, and this is going to kind of sound weird, right? So, although he didn't have a good game, to me, he still looked a bit more of a goal threat than our striker did yesterday.
That's not saying much, though, is it?
Because although Havertz scored, I'm going to be honest, apart from him putting the ball over the line from Saka's shot come across, I hardly saw it.
No, I agree with that, but that's another reason why I don't.
And I was looking at Gyökeres, I'm thinking, you put him in an Arsenal.
No, I think the opposite. That's the reason. That's another reason why I'm leaning towards Isak. I'm not sure Gyökeres would fit in our system.
You don't?
I don't, because he's a box man. We don't play to a striker's strength.
Yeah, that's
we
a good
play
point,
to an attacking strength where everyone's involved and the striker.
But he get enough chances, no? The way we play, he get enough work.
Does Havertz get lots of chances?
No, but that's the thing, though. It's a mindset thing. With Gyökeres, he went looking for work, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, yo. That's why when he got the ball, as soon as it opened up for him, my man was looking to shoot because he's thinking, yeah, man. You know what I mean?
I think he would move into the areas of Martinelli and Saka. I think he pulls wide and comes quite high to get the ball. I don't think you want him there. I think the striker that people think he is a box man. I don't think we really play to a box man's strengths. So I'm just not convinced he would fit in our system. That's not me saying I don't like him. I think in a different team, I think in a United team, I think he would really be a problem. I do.
Yeah, good point.
But I'm leaning towards Isak. But no, it was good to see him.
I'd lean towards Isak as well, but I would take Gyökeres, I'm not going to lie. He looks like an exciting type of player. He looks like the type of guy.
We might get him, but big up the boys. That's a big win. I was thinking last night, Henry in the Bernabeu, Fabregas at the San Siro, and there was one more. And the other Henry game at the other San Siro against AC Milan. Is that our best away game in Europe?
Yeah, 100%.
There's a few games that he's fighting for. We had a good game in Juventus once.
I mean, it's interesting that now the narrative
once.
has switched. Sporting ain't that good. You know what I mean, that was a very good performance by us.
I wasn't impressed by them, but they are a good team. So let's not pretend like there's some chumps. But yeah, no.
And let's be honest as well, right? So since international break, Arsenal have had 2 games now. They smoked Forest and now they smoke Sporting. When we smoked Forest, a lot of people say, yeah, but Forest, Chris Wood didn't start. There's no Morgan Gibbs-White. Forest were not that good anyway. But we smoked them, and we did the same thing to Sporting today. Now, this time last week or whenever it was, and when we spoke last time, I think Arsenal, no wins in 4, goals had dried up, confidence was at a low ebb, and we were talking like, Raul, what's going to happen? How are we going to turn this around? So I guess my question to you is, what's happened in that short space of time? I know the obvious thing is Odegaard coming back. But is there more to it than that, or what?
I think he is the obvious one. I think when Odegaard plays, everyone else plays. And I think that he's not only, we said it on the last time I came on your podcast, he's not only impactful when he's on the ball, it's when he don't have the ball that I think he triggers the press. I think I call him the conductor. He conducts what's happening on the pitch without being a baller and a shouter. In that kind of captain's mould, he's someone that I think players look to kind of get reassurance of where I'm meant to be. Should I be pressing or dropping? I've been to the Emirates lots of times and just seen him make really subtle instructions. So I think he is the biggest factor. I think Saka's the biggest beneficiary of Odegaard playing. When Odegaard plays, Saka plays better because Saka knows they've got a very good relationship going on. And I think that when Odegaard's on the ball, Saka knows, I can make that run. I can make that run. I can make that run. Or I can do 1-2. When Rice on the ball, when Marino's on the ball, Saka, I think, is thinking, maybe play it safe because he can't make that pass. So I think Odegaard's the biggest thing. I think also a realisation that it's now or never. Yeah. It's now or never. If you didn't beat Forest, the season's done. What? No, the title's done. Not the season. The title's done. And I think that realisation was just like, you know what? Got some other key players back as well. Saka came back.
Yeah, Timber's back in.
Yeah.
That whole right side, by the way. Timber.
Yeah.
Odegaard, Saka.
That 2-week rest of the international break. Odegaard, Saka, I think Timber, they all stayed at home. And Rice. Yeah. So I think that helped as well, for sure.
Definitely. And this resurgence is kind of reminiscent of what, I think it was January last year when they had that Dubai break, wasn't it? Because if you remember, before the Dubai break, I think Arsenal had not won in 3 games.
Yeah.
So they got knocked out of the FA Cup.
That's right.
And they lost back-to-back games
Fulham,
against West Ham and Fulham.
Yeah.
They went on the Dubai trip and then they come back and they went on that long run.
Yeah,
Just one loss out of 19 games, something, which obviously led us to a big title.
And that's what they need to do now. They need to go on and run. But I said last time,
history could be about to repeat
I hope so. But first, just beat West Ham.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be talking about that. But it's interesting because almost as a polar opposite of Arsenal sort of finding some form and being resurgent, we're looking at City in the midst of an unbelievable implosion.
You love to see it.
So much so that a lot of people who know more about football than me are saying this could be the end of the City dynasty. The empire is crumbling. What do you think to that?
I'm not sure I'm there yet. I think their first focus is to try and salvage the season. The wheels appear to have fallen off the wagon.
Spectacularly, man.
It's bad. It's really bad. When you're losing a 3-goal lead.
Self-harming.
Yeah. You know what? Quick one. When I saw those images on social media, I was just scrolling, I saw them images on social media. I thought it was photoshopped. I thought people were like it was a joke.
You could be forgiven for thinking.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke. And I was like, oh wow, it's actually it's real.
Because he's quite a neurotic guy anyway. You see him, he's always spitting, he's always touching himself.
Hitting himself.
I shouldn't laugh. Maybe there is some kind of condition.
No, you shouldn't laugh. Shouldn't laugh for it.
I shouldn't laugh.
Stop laughing.
But seriously, like, the man's face, he was beating himself up.
Yeah, it didn't look good. It didn't look good. I think it'll come out at some point this season what actually happened there. Maybe it's just him taking it out himself, or there was a Ferguson.
Maybe he had a fight with Carl Walker in
or
the
maybe there's a Ferguson Beckham type thing, and man fling a boot in his head. I don't know, but
weird though.
It is weird, and I think their run of form. I've been thinking about it, and I don't think it should be that much of a surprise. When you think about the fact that they've now fallen in line with financial fair play, they've now fallen back into line with what we've been doing for a long time, and when you can't just dash 200 million, 200
so you
million,
think there's a causal link between all this?
I think look at the squad. For me, it's madness that I don't have to sell Alvarez to kind of for compliance financially, but to start a season as Premier League champions or any team with one forward. I know they got Oscar Bob injured, but really Oscar Bob shouldn't be their number 2 striker anyway. So when you're starting the season with one striker, that for me was bizarre. That was like something's not right here. When you're having to bring back Gundogan on a free. They're having to fall in line now with Arsenal and Liverpool and everybody else, and look what's happening.
But we've been told that Pep he prefers to work with a smaller squad,
a small good
which
squad.
Is why when people have said, till players have said in the past, indicated that he wants to go, Pep said, "All right, go on,
you can go."
He did that with Cancelo, and
I think he likes a squad that is still good. It can be small, but
But do you think that small squad is coming back to bite him a little bit because you've got the likes of De Bruyne injured.
Potentially.
A couple of them man are showing their age now.
Potentially.
Carl Walker and people like that. I mean, others loss of form.
Arsenal fans always cry about our injuries. They have got a lot of men out. They have a lot of players out. However, a lot of those players you could have foreseen getting injured. So De Bruyne's been injured now off and on for a couple of years now. That's not a surprise.
He's got one foot in Saudi, surely.
And after 5 years of really pushing these players to 5 titles or 4 titles, at some point, age, they're going to break down. Ruben Diaz is not an old man, but he's injured. Rodri, I think that's an injury that's cumulative. That's an injury that's come off the back of playing pretty much every game. So, in a way, the injuries are unlucky. But when you push players for so long, so hard, eventually they're going to break down. So, look, what's happening there is a madness.
They're in a bad way, though, man. 5 defeats on the spin. I mean, last night they threw a 3-goal lead. I mean, all these things are unprecedented for City. They set the bar so high.
They are. It's crazy.
And this drop-off has been dramatic, bro. I mean,
it is. At the heart of it, and this is we can talk about transfers, we can talk about technical players, we can talk about, legendary world-class players that he's had throughout his career. Fundamentally, the thing, in my opinion, that has enabled his teams to be successful is not one thing, but the main thing, run. His teams outrun everybody else. His teams work harder than everybody else. This team can't run. They can't run. There's no legs in that team. So I don't care how much technical ability you've got. You can get away with maybe 1 that can't run, maybe 2. When you've got 4 or 5 men that can't run, you're done. And your whole ethos of your system is built on everybody outworking their opponent. If 4 or 5 men can't do that, you're done.
So let me ask you a question, right? We all know, you watch sport long enough, you'll see there's always a trend. You'll see a team come up, like City have done, dominate, but it would appear to all intents and purposes now that team has reached its peak and they're on the way down, and they'll have to rebuild, and that will take a few years. Do you think that that's where they are now?
Yes, I think in the summer it wouldn't surprise me if you saw the likes of, Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne. Silva's threatened a couple of times he wants to leave, so maybe now's the time for them to get a bit of money for him.
Even Rodri and them, man, they might.
Well, I think Rodri will be fine. We'll see how he comes back. He may not be the same player. But even Edison, I mean, maybe he's hit his ceiling now. It's time for him to move on. Just on Kyle Walker, I think Kyle Walker now needs to revert to a centre-back. I think he's got the aerial attributes, the defensive with people around him, the abilities. I've never really rated him highly anyway, intellectually, in reading of the game. But I think if you put him at centre-back with the right people around him, I think, and he hasn't got to run, I think there's a decent centre-back there. Do you know what I mean? So I think the rebuild is coming.
See, the thing with Kyle Walker is because he's got that blistering pace and he's got the strength and athletic ability, that has often got him out of trouble.
That's it.
Yeah.
But now it's gone. Now you've got to think. Now you've got to. He's not doing that. And just quickly as well, I would say on the game they've got this weekend against Liverpool, my thinking all week has been Liverpool win, we'll take a draw if they both drop points. I think we need City to win. And everyone's like, nah. My friends today were like, nah, we don't want City to restart the car again. City have got at least 2 more defeats in them. So even if they win against Liverpool and go on a little of a mini run, they've got there's more defeats in them. We need to try and catch Liverpool as quickly as possible.
Actually, you know what? That is a very good
We
point.
need them to drop all 3 points, and this is assuming we do our business. We need to beat West Ham. So we're now 9 points behind Liverpool?
Yeah.
That can be reversed to 6 very, very quickly if we win and they lose. So I actually think we need City to win this game.
So Liverpool 31, we're on 22.
Yeah.
That's quite a Machiavellian way of looking at it, but I quite like that.
I just think we need to catch them as quickly as
possible.
possible.
I don't think that's going to happen, though, I must admit. I can't.
You know what? I can't call it because I think City they can't get any worse, but maybe they can. If Spurs can batter them 4-0 on their patch, Liverpool, you'd think, I don't know.
Talking to Liverpool, is it theirs to lose now?
Yes.
That seems to be the common consensus.
100%. I think it is. I think with a 9-point lead in going into December, I think if they beat City on the weekend, that puts them, I think, 8 clear of City or B. What's the
they're 8 at the moment.
Oh, okay, so 11. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. 11 points in City's current form. I mean, City would then have to win every single game, and they're not going to do that. So I think if they win on the weekend, I think that probably puts City to bed. And yeah, they're the team to catch, really. They've got the perfect blend of really best keeper in the world. I know he's out injured. Second best keepers, better than most keepers. Sorry, they're number 2 better than most keepers. They've got a really good defence. They've got a workman-like slot midfield. It's a slot midfield. That is a midfield that you can see is in his image. And they've got the best attack in the league. Do you know what I mean? So they're...
and let's be honest, confidence and vibes go a long way.
They do.
In any sporting arena, especially football.
The only reason I think they're catchable is because they've not had a bad run. And everyone has a bad run.
Yeah, that's coming.
It is coming. We just got to make sure that we can...
Yeah, there to capitalise.
So
do you think it's a 2-horse race then?
I think it's a 3-horse race.
Given our resurgency?
I think it's a 3-horse race, but I think it's a race that City will finish 3rd in.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I like that. But I do like that Machiavellian, we want City to beat Liverpool instead of, you know what I mean?
I think we can overcome Liverpool. I think we can catch City, sorry. So the quicker we can get nearer to Liverpool, I think the better.
Yeah, but I do think Liverpool are establishing themselves at the moment as firm favourites. But
yeah, for sure.
I am kind of liking what I'm seeing at Arsenal at the moment because it is kind of reminding me of last year after the Dubai trip. Because it's not just the wins, it's the performances. We look a totally different team in these last 2 games.
There have been 2 great performances.
I know it could be a bit premature.
I want to see a bit more. I want to see a bit more because we're here next week with draw with West Ham. So I'm just like, let's put a run together. One at a time.
We've digressed nicely.
Sorry.
West Ham. Can we beat West Ham? I mean, they have given us problems there in the past.
They have. They've beaten us both the last 2 seasons, haven't they?
I mean, I was there at the League Cup game when they beat us. I think that was Declan Rice's first game back at West Ham.
It was right, it was.
The League Cup when we got beat 3-1 comfortably.
And then didn't he give a penalty away at the Emirates?
Yeah, that's right.
So...
But we did smoke them, I think it was 5-0,
I think it was
something like that.
6, wasn't it? Was it 6 or 5?
Yeah,
anyway,
we did give them a bit of a hiding.
We battered them. No, look, we can win it. We're better than West Ham. I know they've beaten Newcastle. They played really well against Newcastle this week, to be fair to them. I just think it's a sort of game that if you're serious, you go then you handle business. West Ham are not rubbish, but come on, man.
But they blow hot and cold because, I mean, it weren't
They
that
do.
long ago people were saying Lopetegui, how do you
Lopetegui.
Lopetegui, yeah.
Yeah.
They were saying he want him gone.
And I think if they'd have lost badly on Monday, I think he would have been gone. So,
But that was a good result, though. I mean, I never saw that.
it was a great result
to
for
go
them.
to Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle beat us, obviously.
Yeah.
To go there, beat them 2-0, outplay them.
They won their last 3 games, I think, Newcastle as well.
Yeah, so...
Look, it's a game we've got to win. I think we've got to be patient. We've got to be patient. If they score first, that's fine. We just got to be patient, stick to the plan, keep moving the ball, keep feeding Odegaard, and just make sure defensively. I think we're going to win the league, not because of our attack, but because of our defence. We've got to make sure our defence does... If our defence does their job, we win the game. But
Same team?
Yeah. Havertz, Saka, Martinelli.
I don't think Jesus did enough last week.
Don't start me on him. Do not start me on him.
Some of these men were trying to tell me, Cecil and them, man, that he had a good game. I was like, right, are you all right?
I said I'd be nice to Jesus. Let me not talk.
Yeah, you know what? We don't want to diss him because he is still a quality player. It's just that it's not happening for him right now.
Get rid of him, man. Get rid of him. But you're pushing me. You're pushing me, Lord. You're pushing me.
You're trying to be nice.
I'm trying to be nice, brethren.
We got to wrap up now. Give me a prediction for the West Ham game. Because I don't think it's going to be easy. But
No. I've got a feeling it's going to be a draw.
Oh, don't say that, man.
I've got a gut feeling. I think it might be a Desmond.
Right. Mind you, I said a Desmond yesterday and we ended up beating Sporting 6-1. 5-1 or whatever it was.
I'm really concerned it could be a draw. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-2.
That's interesting because I often be accused of the one who's always predicting draws. But this time, I honestly think that Arsenal will go there and do a number on West Ham.
I hope they do.
I'm going like 3-1 Arsenal. I think we're playing well right now.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That performance yesterday, and the one against Forest, but the one in particular yesterday, we looked good, man.
Yeah.
Good passages of play, clinical finishing.
We did. We looked very good.
We had that kind of aura, about that energy that suggests that...
And we
you know
started
when you
well.
walk into a man's turf and you say, yo...
We're here for 3 points. Where they at?
That's the vibe I got.
We started well in that game.
Yeah.
That was the key for me. We started that Forest game really
started well as well.
And
last night. We started well. Got
get the goal
after 6 minutes.
Yeah, and then do what you do.
Yeah. But anyway, Jordan, always a pleasure, man.
Pleasure's all
Thank you
mine,
so
man.
much,
Anytime.
man. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you're new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe. Keep it locked and loaded on this channel for more videos. We do football, we do boxing, we've done some MMA stuff. A lot more stuff to come. My man Jordan will be back for future shows, I'm sure. I hope so anyway. But yeah, man, take care. We're out. We'll see you soon.